What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of 20 Top 1000 in Down the Classic. And this time we are on Valdemar, still completing the media mission pack here for the Summer Fiesta. And we're starting off with this really good looking Ibex. The mission objective is to shoot any male Ibex at 150 meters plus using any ethical rifle without a scope, which means that this guy right here at 150 meters exact is a prime target. Now, I was actually debating whether or not I want to shoot this one with a scope and just, grab it, get the score, and most likely tags it. I mean, this guy looks really impressive up there. However, I decided why not, shoot two Ibex with one stone, or whatever it is, the saying, and try and complete the mission objective as well. Though I have tried before and I've not even been able to hit them so far, so this is definitely going to be a little difficult. Now he's standing perfectly right there. Yep, 152 meters. We have the perfect positioning. So let's take aim. If I can actually see it, it's right up there. Take aim and perfect. Dropped immediately. All right, that was close. I was a little stressed out about that shot. Like I said, it was looking that large, like that huge. I actually debated not even like going for the objective, but just shoot it for the score. And right here, I was like, I do have want to shoot a few more Ibex for a Hunter score. I wanted to, but then I decided like, what if it just kind of messes up because I shoot another Ibex with a scope on the rifle before I collect this one, and what if it bugs out and the objective doesn't get completed? So I decided I'm not doing that. So yeah, I mean this one is a guaranteed objective completed. That is in fact a male, and we just checked the range of the rangefinder. It was over 150 meters, and of course, no scope. But here we go. Let's take a look at that score. Beautiful animal. And moment of truth. Oh, spine shot actually. Aimed way higher than I thought I did. Lucky me, but 249 score. Really good looking guy. I will actually tag that because why the hell not? Don't really get the chance much to hunt that many Ibex. So this one's most likely my personal best. I'm not actually sure, but we'll definitely take a trophy shot. And of course, mission objective completed. One of the main parts here. That of course was the mission objective. It was lucky enough that this guy was actually this huge. I had a few other attempts on way smaller males, so I'm kind of happy that the one that actually worked was on a really good looking guy, and I didn't have to go track this down. Ended up, of course, also buying the trophy shot poses with a score like that. I didn't want to let it go to waste. Took a fairly decent trophy shot here, I believe. I think you can tell that it is pretty big, like those horns. I do quite like it, and yeah, happy enough with that, though. Now, as I said, it took me a few tries, you can't really see it because I restarted the hunt. However, I do believe that this mission here was still one of the easier ones. There are a few more coming, which I'm not looking forward to in terms of difficulty. But for now, let's continue the grind and hopefully we can get a few more objectives knocked out. The next objective we're trying to do is shoot a reindeer from 200 meters away. However, before we do that, if I'm quiet, well now you can see it, there's a really nice looking brown bear here, up to 29, so you can shoot it into the lungs. And I mean, that looked like it should have been lungs, if I had to take a guess, and nope, it's not, that is intestines. That's a little unfortunate, maybe you can actually switch to a rifle and get another shot on it and maybe drop it a little bit quicker. Let's see here, and okay, that shot did not go where I wanted it to. Was definitely not the greatest shot. It hit, so it will go down a little faster, but not that great. But yeah, the next objective is actually a reindeer. And I'm looking for some, but came across this nice looking brown bear, so didn't want to miss out on that. Going up to 29, of course, means it technically has the potential to be the rank #1, which is like a really nice goal, because he'll be in the Hall of Fame. But for now, let's go track it down and actually see how much it scores. Now, the track was a little longer than I expected. To have to say, the recurve intestine and the coordinate intestine shot was not as fast bringing it down as I expected it. However, it is down right here, so let's see if we can get a world #1, but nope, unfortunately not. 25.7996, Still a really good bear, 95 GM. And I went random mission objective completed. Doesn't really matter too much. One day I should probably do most of the missions, but for now, we'll continue hunting for the Summer Fiesta. Now, of course, I was just talking about it. The reindeer objective right here. It is to shoot a male reindeer from over 200 meters away using any ethical classic rifle besides the Stutzen. And this time at least a scope is allowed, so that's helpful. However, you do have to hit it into the lungs and or heart. Now, it looks like that is a perfect opportunity here. It's 220 meters away. We have a really nice sight here. And let's take our aim and hopefully hit it right there. Well, I mean, it dropped instantly, so that must have been a lung or something. So hopefully that is objective completed, but because genuinely, like, this took me forever, just finding the opportunity. Oh god, no. Oh no. Yep. I I just did that, had a slight disagreement with gravity. That is fun. But yeah, like I said, it took me a long time to find any kind of reindeer, and then to get 200 meters away from it has actually been fairly difficult because you'd always end up just behind some mountain. And yeah, I don't have first aid kits, so this is gonna be a nice and fun run back to here. Well, that's gonna be great. Finally made it back to the reindeer over here. Well, it should be somewhere over here, I do believe anyway. I shot it around here, so let's see where it is. Maybe, it should be right here actually. Oh yeah, there it is. And it actually didn't even look too bad, like it looked like a fairly decent reindeer. The biggest one actually I've seen so far while on this hunt. I've seen a few, but none of them were with it like further than 200 meters. One actually, I mean, the perfect shot right there, right lung heart, and a nice 482 score. Not bad at all. And of course, objective completed here. And I do have to say, this one isn't really difficult. It's more so just annoying and a time waste because you just have to position, like find one 200 meters away. The shot in itself isn't really that difficult because you can use a scope. But just finding one that's 200 meters away is just a little bit annoying because of the terrain, the environment, not really about skill. So that is a little bit annoying. I do, quite dislike that mission. But it actually took me 12 minutes to run all the way back here. But yeah, let's continue. The next mission objective we're going for is kill two ducks of the same species within a single shot while they are airborne. And hopefully these guys will actually break. For now they're still just flying above. Okay, there we go. I was just about to say give them another call, but they did end up breaking. They do have to be the same species in a double shot, and they might actually line up right there. And, well, they both dropped. Let's see if the mission objective pops up, because that is definitely a double kill. Let's see here. Hopefully it's... maybe not. Maybe they're not of the same species. Nope, they are. Perfect. Mission objective completed. Seems to be a male American black duck and a female one. Decent score here as well, 1.4 kilograms, so below 1400 sadly, but still not a bad duck whatsoever. And a 1300 female one. There are a few more ducks coming in, maybe I'll just give them a quick call, see if I can grab them for some hunter score, but objective completed, which is the main part here, of course. Quite happy about that. Didn't really take that long, though I'd say a double kill for ducks isn't necessarily that difficult, so that was fast. Now we're coming up to a pretty nice looking feral hog. I spotted it earlier and I was tracking it down, calling it in, however it just did not seem to want to come my way. And if I'm quiet, you might be able to hear it walking, so it should be like right here. But I'm not, I can't see it. I'm hoping you could maybe hear it right there. It is fairly quiet, but it should be like right there. I should be able to see it from here. And there's actually smoke coming down there. I thought it was an albino because of the whitish gray. But is it inside the rocks? I don't know because it should be right there. So let's maybe get a little closer here. I do have the rifle here because I was trying to do the next objective, of course, which is kill two axes deer within a single shot. So I was using this one with some buckshot, and I guess it's just stuck inside here? Let's actually see where it is. Oh, there we go. And a nice score estimate, of course. Let's take our shot, and dropped it immediately. No, this guy was actually like pretty horrible to track because it was just stuck in here. I was calling it for like 10 minutes and it just did not want to come my way. But I guess now I know why. Let's take a look at the score. Hey, that is not bad at all. 1,082. That is a pretty nice hog. Now, if it would have been a 1,100 plus, I would have tagged it. However, I already have a few that are 1,000 and 1,100. So this one will just end up being a trophy shot. And I do believe this shot here is pretty nice, not looking too bad. And I do think we'll end it right here. Hopefully we can get the access tier done next video. And yeah, let's head back to the launcher and see how much hunter score we've gained overall. We are going to be ending today's episode on rank 1775, which means we've gained 3 ranks, as well as a hunter score of 26,710, which means we've gained 18 hunter score overall. Again, a fairly low number here, however that was due to mainly the missions being actually completed fairly quickly, so there wasn't any multiple attempts for most, which meant it was fairly quick on the amount of animals. Let's take a quick look at our mission here, and we've completed 3 of them on Hemadal, on Rugurubayu, and on Valdewa. So yeah, over a fairly successful hunt, got a nice few trophies, and of course objectives completed, so thank you for watching, I'll see you next time, and bye bye.